Pac-12 Men's Basketball Media Day continues from Las Vegas, and it's time to talk USC Trojans. Great to have the head coach of the Trojans, Andy Enfield, with us on the stage now. And Coach, good to see you. We'd love to hear, what are your thoughts? A lot of headlines around the Trojans, obviously, as is the case. So how are things coming together for you?
Well, we're really excited for our basketball team. Great mix of experienced players that have been in a lot of big games. Very talented freshman class. This is our most athletic and fast with speed. Should play a lot faster this year than we have because of our speed and athleticism.
You might have one of the best backcourts in the country too, with Collier and Ellis. Talk about those two and what you've seen so far, them playing together. You know, Boogie was your leading scorer last year, but had to have the ball in his hands some. With Collier in there, seems like he might be able to play off the ball a little bit more.
Boogie and Isaiah Collier are great. They complement each other very well. And Boogie is a natural scorer, but he's come a long way in his decision making, and he's a really tremendous lead guard right now. He's really improved, had a tremendous trip to Greece and Croatia in August where he had a 7-to-1 assist-to-turnover ratio. And then Isaiah Collier is very fast and athletic, and what a tremendous passer with tremendous court vision. So I think those two in the backcourt together are very dynamic as a tandem.
We know Bronny had the health issue, the cardiac arrest in July. How's Bronny doing?
He's doing well. I think at the appropriate time, the James family will give further updates. I think, as LeBron stated last week at Media Day, things were progressing, and under any medical condition, we respect the privacy of the young man, and but I think everybody is very supportive and hoping he gets back quickly.
What about Iwu Chukwu? Do you have an update on him and his progression from his summer?
Vince is feeling great, probably the best he's ever felt physically, and we expect him to play a full season. We're excited to get him on the court.
I think you look up and we'll see Boogie Ellis in here soon, but you know, in an era where things change a lot, and obviously Boogie had some change in his career, but to be able to bring him back, what does that mean to your team?
Well, he's our leading returning scorer, and he's come a long way. One of the most improved players we've ever coached at USC. The thing that's improved the best is his leadership skill. And he's a true leader of our team, and he's played in a lot of big games and had some great games for us last year to achieve the success that we did.
Yeah, you talked about the speed of this team, might be your most athletic team. Does that change your approach on either side, Andy? But obviously, you said playing faster, but you guys have been really good defensively for a long time. Does it allow you, when you have a more athletic team, to do more? Or is it better just to simplify it defensively because of the athleticism?
I think man-to-man defense will be our primary, like it has been. I think we have the number one two-point field goal percent defense in the country over a 4-year period, the last 4 seasons. So our players know that stat. They have a lot to live up to. Every day we practice, we remind them that defense helps us win games. The nights that you shoot 35% from the field, you still have to have a chance to win, and you do that by defending. Everybody knows that if they don't play hard on that side of the ball, they come out of the game, and they might not go back in for a while. So we've had tremendous buy-in defensively over the years. We recruit size and length and shot blocking, and our wings are big, and we're athletic. So I think we can play multiple defenses. We can press a little bit. And our 2-3 zone that's been very effective for us in the past. Could be very effective if our guys get to know the bumps and the defensive philosophy of a zone. But at the end of the day, our man has to be the go-to.
Kobe Johnson's proven himself as one of the best defenders in this league. He's here, so we'll hear from him as well. But what have you seen in his game from last season to this, you think?
Well, Kobe, to me, is the best defensive player in our league and possibly the United States. He's 6'6". He anticipates tremendously. Evan Mobley and DeAnthony Melton, who are both in the NBA right now, were our 2 best defenders, and Jordan McLaughlin's pretty good too, and he's in the league. So, but Kobe has that unusual ability to anticipate. He can gamble, but still be in position to recover at the same time. He gets a lot of deflections, a lot of steals, and he can guard big or small. So it's fun to watch him, and our players know that when he's guarding them in practice, it might be a long day.
And you got big Joshua Morgan back too. How much of a luxury is that to have his rim protection again this year? You talk about the 2-point defense. That's a big reason why you guys challenge everything with your length. But to have that backline rim protector makes your defense even that much better.
Yeah, Joshua led the league in block shots last year. I think he was top 5 or 6 in the country. And combining Josh with Vincent Uwachukwu when Vince gets back, and our other big guys like Johnny Wright and Arrington Page, we have a lot of size and athleticism. So we're looking forward to playing big, playing small. And Joshua has the ability to guard and switch on smaller, even point guards, to keep them in front of him with the cushion in his long arms.
Yeah, Arrington Page, tell us about him. One of the, this is obviously a very highly touted class with Bronny and Isaiah Collier, but it seems like Arrington Page could be an impact guy. You just mentioned there. Do you expect him to make an impact quickly?
Yes, our freshman class is terrific with Bronny, Isaiah Collier, Arrington, and Brandon Gardner. Gives us incredible athleticism and length, and Arrington is over 6'10" and very skilled. So we expect him to be in a Chimezie Metu mold where he can play different positions, inside, outside, and really affect the game in a variety of ways.
How did you schedule this year, Andy, knowing that you were going to have, like you mentioned right off the top, your balanced roster? You got veteran guys, you got good young players, you got athleticism. What was the approach to putting your schedule together this year?
We have a very challenging league schedule because the Pac-12 is probably as good as it's been in many years. We knew our league schedule would be tough, but we decided to go out and get some national games. We opened the season here in Las Vegas against Kansas State, who went to the Elite Eight last year. Come back to Vegas and play Gonzaga on December 2nd at MGM. And then we have a tough tournament with Oklahoma, Seton Hall, and Iowa. And then we're playing at Auburn in December. So we have a lot of challenging games that could help our team prepare for the grueling Pac-12 schedule.
What do you think will be the biggest, most teams are better in, January, February than they are in November. But what do you think, what area do you think that will be for you guys? If you are better in something January, February, what area would that be?
I think defensively we'll improve because with guys being out and not having the foreign tour, some of our key guys, once we get them in and get some experience, our 4 freshmen get some experience, I think it'll really help our overall depth. And I think we'll be a deeper team come January and February.
DJ Rodman was a guy that played well against you last year. Obviously, in the Pac-12, we've all seen him. He transfers in from Washington State, was one of the best players in the league defensively, really improved his three-point shot, was a winning player on the road. Like all these things, at the second he went to USC, I think it got everybody's attention. So how does he fit in? And what do you expect from DJ Rodman this year?
Well, DJ's a great fit for our team. He has no ego. He just wants to win. He does a lot of winning things. As you mentioned, he had over 30 charges on the defensive end last season. And he's not the rim protector as the guys he's a great compliment as a position defender. He's very skilled offensively, very smart player. And he can play with other good players. And I think he's just a tremendous asset to our team.
Well, do you have something?
No.
Okay. Well, I think, as a guy who played in this league, when you look around this league, we saw Lazar Stefanovic in here with UCLA. He just played at Utah. We saw Pelle Larsson, go to Arizona. Is it in any way when you're coaching last year, the year before, you're watching guys going, is this a guy that could help us in the future? When you're playing non-conference games, are you thinking that? Do you have to think that way differently versus, the way you coached and scouted kind of college basketball in years past?
Well, the transfer portal has certainly changed the game as far as recruiting goes. We try to develop freshmen and keep them in our program. We took one transfer this year, none last year, and only 1 year before. When Taj Eady left, Boogie Ellis came. So we do it a little differently at USC. We try to stay out of the transfer portal if we have to. Go then we'll, out of need, we will then. DJ was a need for us. We needed that position and that type of player. We assumed he would stay at Washington State. He's had a great career there. But then things change, so we don't really think about that as we're going through a season. We respect other talented players and other teams, and when we played against a guy like DJ at Washington State for 4 years, we knew he was a very good player, and it was fun to watch his development because he's from California, and he's just such a great young man, and so we appreciate the fact that he improved there. But once he did put his name in the portal, then of course we called him.
Listening to you talk, Andy, it seems like, for years it seemed like you had Okongwu and then the Mobley brothers. You were always big in playing through the bigs. And now it's different. I mentioned off the top, you might have the best backcourt in the country. How does that change, how you look at it and how you're going to approach the offensive end when you have, maybe not the scoring bigs, you have the defensive bigs, but now your real punch comes from the backcourt.
We played 4 guards last year. This year we have the option to play 2 bigs. We could put Vince out there with Josh and Kijani and AP, or we could go 4 guards. And so it gives us versatility. When we had the bigger guys, sometimes you have to slow your tempo down to get them the ball in a low post. And people say, well, your tempo changes. Well, yeah, we try to get the ball to our best players and our leading scorers. So when you have Onyeka Kongwu and Isaiah Mobley, Evan Mobley, even Chavez Goodwin could score this back to the basket. Nick Rakosa, we've had a lot of good big men. Shemezi Metu's in the NBA. So you have, and our philosophy is offensively, we change it every year and tweak it based on our personnel. We have really fast guards, we have a lot of shooting, we have creativity in our backcourt, so we'll probably use that dynamic playmaking to our strengths, hopefully.
Coach, we're going to bring in Boogie Ellis and Kobe Johnson now, and we'll say thank you to you. We appreciate your time. Good luck this year.
Thank you.
Thanks, Andy.
There's Andy Enfield, head coach of the Trojans, and in come Boogie Ellis and Kobe Johnson. Guys, welcome.
Fellas,
So what's up?
how we doing?
Doing well. How are you?
Did you still coach? Good job, Kobe?
Absolutely.
Because you called you the best defender in America, maybe?
Absolutely. We support each other.
Yeah.
What support system?
Is that how you think of yourself, as the best defender in the league, the best defender in America?
No doubt. I come out every game and guard the best players, so I see myself as the best defender.
Well, expanding on that, we'll get to you in a second, Boogie, and Isaiah Collier, but it seems like, Kobe, no one's talking about you because of how highly rated Collier was in the year that Boogie had last year. We know you're going to guard. Is there a sense in your mind that people are going to be paying so much attention to these two that you might get even more opportunity on the offensive end this year?
No, absolutely. Isaiah and Boogie, they're 2 highly great offensive players, so they're going to draw most of the attention from these teams this upcoming year, and I'm going to take advantage of that. I'm going to make teams focus on me a lot more as well, so as soon as teams start worrying about me, I'm going to make them pay for it.
Boogie, how was your offseason? What was the mindset in terms of building off of last year heading into this year?
Just continue to work. That's the biggest thing for me. Just continue to work and continue to get better. So this off season, got a little bit bigger. Continue to work on my game, and just that's all it's about. Continue to get better. So.
Any specific things you worked on, like any
you know,
finishes or improve your 3-point percentage or anything like that?
I definitely worked on a lot of my finishes. I feel like I finished poorly last year around the rim. So that, and then just watching a lot of film, make sure that I come back and I'm able to make my teammates better this year.
When you say you feel like you finished poorly around the rim, was that the way you felt? Did Coach give you some statistical analysis to back that up?
I just felt that way.
And what was there anything as you kind of did some self-study? What did you put your finger on? What did you think in hindsight you were not doing as well as you could have?
Just finishing around the rim. I felt like if I could finish a little bit better around the rim, that I could have added at least more points a game doing that.
Played with a unique player last couple of years in Drew Peterson, and now this Isaiah Collier comes in. Haven't seen him, but what do you think your role in terms of having the ball in your hands, creating for yourself, now that he's there? Do you think that's going to change, and what have you seen so far in practice, the dynamic of you two playing together?
Definitely. I feel like we have the best backcourt in the country, so I feel like we play well together. He's one of my close friends, so on and off the court we have a great relationship, and he makes the guys around him better. He's going to make life for me a lot more easier. I don't have to, score off the dribble so much. I get a lot more catch and shoots, and then just having him, pushing the ball, we're gonna play a lot faster. And then, I feel like we have a elite group of guards. Everybody's not talking about Kobe offensively, but he's a great offensive player as well. He's definitely made a jump, and you all will see that this year.
What have you focused on offensively? How do you feel like you've made a jump, Kobe?
Going into the summer, I knew I needed to work on my ball handling a lot more and just creating more for myself. Last year I was more just catch and shoot, just taking the opportunities that I was given. I think this year I'll be able to create a lot more for not just myself, but for others.
Kobe, you're such a good defensive player, and Andy was up here talking a lot about your defense and how much more athletic you guys are as a group this year. What have you seen in practice so far that leads you to believe that you guys could be, and you guys have been really good defensively for a while now, but could be one of your better defensive teams this year?
I think our length this year is going to be a lot more effective. Our incoming freshmen, they're long, they're hungry, they're ready to learn. So just being able to have them come in and just provide that extra length and that energy, it's going to be something very important. And then having Vince coming back, that's a huge body to bring into the paint. So just being able to have a lot of people that are long and being active just throughout the course of the year, it'll be scary.
Jesse?
Go to Casey on my left in the back row.
Casey Jacobson with Pac-12 Network and Fox. This question, actually two-part. One for Boogie. Boogie, you're now a fifth-year player in college basketball. You've had a really interesting and great growth journey through Memphis and now USC. I'm sure you've learned a lot of lessons about yourself, about your who you are as a basketball player and who you are as a man. Can you maybe share some of those lessons as you look back on your career so far?
Yeah, definitely. It's been a long journey for me, but I feel like coming to college, a lot of freshmen, they're worried about, as me. When I came into college, I was so worried about leaving college, trying to get to that next level. But I feel like, it's about your journey and about, getting better every day in life. There's ups and downs and things like that. So, not everything's perfect. Everybody has their own journey. So I feel like, things that I can tell freshmen out there is just, just continue to work and trust the process and just continue. Your work will eventually show.
And this one, am I still on? This one's for Kobe. They asked you a lot about your defensive capabilities. I just want to know, I was never a good defender, by the way. I was terrible at that. But what to you makes for a good defender, just in general? What makes elite defenders elite, in your opinion?
I think first things first, you just gotta have good instincts. I think that's just something that you're naturally born with and something you gradually get over playing the course of basketball for a long time. And the other thing I would say is watching a lot of film. I know a lot of people don't watch themselves on the defensive end, but I take pride in that. So every game, going into the game, depending on who we're playing, I try to watch the best players' film and just try to see what they do, what their go-to moves are, and what they like to do when, the shot clock is running down. So I think watching a lot of film is a way that has helped me become a great defender.
Have you always been a good defender, Kobe? Like going back to 7th grade, you were a good defender.
Absolutely, that was the first thing that I ever took actual pride in, because I know that's what gets you on the floor at every level is your defense.
How did you learn that lesson? What made you realize that, being a elite defender, that's my ticket?
Yeah, I would say the most important one was probably just playing in the driveway with my brother. He used to kick my butt a lot in the driveway, so I used to take that personally. And from there on out, I told myself I'll never let myself get killed again like that.
So you're defending your brother every time we watch you shut somebody down.
In my head, I am. Yeah. In my head, yeah.
Boogie, what you mentioned playing at the next level. You obviously have a great opportunity to do that after this season. What do you think you need to show this year to improve your draft stock for next year?
I feel like everybody knows I can score the ball. Just continue to develop as a point guard, being able to make people around me better, and just showing that I can win. I feel like that's a big part of it too. Everybody wants a winner, so just coming out here and winning.
You each have a C on your chest, captains. For each of you,
Is there any more captains or just you two?
Just us two.
what does it mean to you?
It means a lot. It means that coach, he trusts us with the USC culture, and he feels that we have helped establish that. And I feel like we do a good job of leading by example.
What do you think will be most? We do this with all the teams, and we all do our homework going into the season, and we see everything on paper, and we have the experience of seeing what we saw last year. We don't know some of the guys coming in. But if we're surprised by anything when the season starts, or 5 or 10 games in, what will we be surprised by as a team?
How good we are. I think a lot of people have a lot of hopes up for us this upcoming season and have a lot of expectations coming from us. But again, we're just going to go out there every game and just play our game. We know how good we are. We know how good we can be. So each and every day in practice, we're pushing each other to be better. And I guess just me and Boogie just helping lead these younger guys and try to make a huge run this year.
We wish we could see you guys play one-on-one, but I guess that's in practice behind closed doors, and we'll look forward to seeing you on the floor. Thanks for the time, guys. Good luck.
Thank you.